Something I like to show people when they are visiting the winery is a part of our, small part of our history, which is a very young one, but still is very, for us it's a very old one. This is the first Castel that we produced, 92, and this is my parents' house. This is the first vineyard we planted. This is the red wine cellar. We are aging here the Petit Castel and the Grand Vin. Basically, we use new oak barrels for the Grand Vin for 24 months, between 20 to 24 months. But the idea of having the newest, not the newest, because the first, let's say, few months of the barrels is not the best time for the wine in the barrels. The barrel is very sharp, very intense, very aggressive. So what we do is, for the first leg of 2 or 3 months, we are first putting the Petit Castel in the oak barrel, the new oak barrel, and then we switch in order to take the sharpness, bringing it to the Petit Castel, which is going to anyway be aged in all day, or don't tell anybody about it.
You just told everyone.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mention, I didn't. But you know, in this industry, there is no secrets, there is a hand.
Everyone knows everything.
Everybody knows everything. There is no new oak, there is no...
So you kind of tame the aggressiveness of the new oak barrels with the Petit Castel that's only going to be in there for a short time.
Exactly.
So it gets the real aggressive oak, then you pull it out and you put it in some used barrels.
Exactly.
And then that brand new oak that's been slightly tamed by the Petit Castel, the Grand Vin goes in there.
But this is something we started, let's say, we did it last 2 vintages to tell you that we see the difference, or because then the quality of the vintage itself is another factor. So sometimes even if you're changing factors around, you can not really know the answer, especially not after 2 vintages.
Not like a perfect controlled experiment, because there still is vintage variation.
Exactly.
Okay, great. So we actually have a very special treat here. We have Nicolas from Segui Marot, the barrel company, is here, and he's actually not really here to taste wine. I know it looks like we're tasting wine, and we are tasting wine, but he's looking for the influence that the oak barrels that he sells to Castel are having on their wines. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're doing, I guess it looks like we're doing a wine tasting, and I guess we are doing a wine tasting, but our timing was wonderful. We're actually being treated to what is an oak barrel tasting.
Only because you were late, Gary.
It's because I was a little bit late, but we're still here, and I guess it pays to be late because we've got a real treat over here. So we're here with Nicolas from Segui Marot. We're here with Eli Ben Zaken of Castel Winery. And we're doing a barrel tasting right now. They're going and checking the different barrels to see the influence, right? Is that correct? The influence that the different barrels are having on the wines. And I see you're talking about something. Is there anything that you're discovering as you're tasting this together?
Well, we find that the different spices and depths and aromas that the barrel gives. And the question is always, in the blend of barrels, is it within what we want to achieve or not? You know, you always have an idea you want to get there. Sometimes you get there and it's not what you thought.
Yeah. And Nicola, are you looking and thinking what the different barrels are doing and wondering how you might be able to introduce new barrels or different styles of barrels, tighter grains?
Well, as said Eli, the main point of the winery is the terroir and the grapes. Most of the wine is made in the vineyard, but then the barrel is like the baby is born and it's like a cradle that has to raise the baby. I can raise the baby to a top wine or break the baby. So the relationship between the cooper and the winemaker is very important in order to raise the baby and to know the objective of the winemaker and exchange about his wine, what is his final objective, in order to adapt the right grain, the right toasting to his final objective. So all these exchanges are very important.
This is actually really a tremendous treat, you know, not that often that you get to taste the different components or really see pre-release wine, see what the wine is before the final blend is made, before it goes into the barrel, before it goes into the bottle. So we've had a chance to both taste from the barrel, which is exciting, but we're getting a bit of an inside look. So the most recent taste that I was given is a blend of Malbec and Cab Franc. Malbec is not something that we've had so far on this trip in Israel. And it's interesting, Malbec is one of the 5 Bordeaux varietals. Ellie was saying that he doesn't typically blend it into the Grand Vin. So far, he's not happy with the results from this vineyard. He said the problem isn't necessarily here in the winery or in the barrels, it's in the vineyard. He's not happy with the fruit that he's getting, or he's not happy enough that he feels it's worthy of blending into the Grand Vin, so it's been going into the Petit Castel. Personally, I'm pretty happy right now, but I'm not the artiste. I just get to reap the benefits. I just wanted to thank the Benzakins, in particular Eitan, who we kept him waiting a little bit, but he was very patient, and after he smacked me around a little, he said, all right, now we're friends. Come jump in my car and you're going to get an insider's look in the vineyard, and he took us down into the different barrel rooms, and he was able to show off some of the amazing wines that they have in the collection here in the cellar at Castel Winery, and I really want to thank you. This is a really special inside look into what happens. You know, people get to taste your wines all the time, and there's such a story in each bottle, and so to be able to get that inside look into the story, who the people are, what the madness is that takes place here at the wineries, just so that they can drink their Castel wine. So thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing our story with your viewers. Thank you for supporting us in the US market. And just to finalize a little something you said, a bottle of wine, it's not only a bottle of wine. It's where it comes from, who's drinking with you, or who you are sharing the bottle with, and the atmosphere around. And sometimes the atmosphere is something people are buying our wine, having it in Shabbat dinner, something that maybe this article will bring for them, a little bit from our atmosphere around the bottle, not only in the bottle.
So you're saying that I'm now another part of the Castel family, and now that you've all been here with us, already. You're also a part of the Castel family, and we hope we gave you a good inside look, and we hope that every time you now open a bottle of Castel, you have just a slightly deeper feeling as to what Castel wines are all about. So
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary.